All right, Coach, week 2 of the cross country season, and you're actually splitting the squad with a couple meets this weekend. First, talk about taking all the region guys home for the Valpo, the Crusader Open.
Well, we knew about this opportunity, I think, earlier in the summer. We thought about it last year, and then I've got a brother up in Valpo that said, "Hey, you guys coming to meet up in Valpo?" And I go, "You know, we had thought about that before." I said, "Let me check that out. Maybe we can do that." So everything worked out. Valpo invited us, and we're going up. And we've got so many kids on our team that are from that area of the state, which happens to be my hometown, Valparaiso. So I'm awful proud of that. Nice, great community. But we've got several kids from that area, and especially with our freshman squad. And then there's a couple other kids, freshmen, that live in different parts of the state, but will join their teammates up there and classmates. And then we got a couple guys also that are from that area that are upperclassmen or come. But I'd say like Mitch Hubner is from LaPorte, and he's going to be there. So is Dakota Dubs, and he'll be there. Max Zamija. Also, he's from Portage. We're even taking a manager with us that's from Portage, Brian Kim. Want to throw his name out there. But we got some really good ones from that area. Actually, we're going after the meet is over to have dessert at Ryan Cutter's home. And, of course, he's from Chesterton. Then we've got a couple of Valpo boys, got Peyton and Xavier Reed, who'll be running up there. And Peyton just knocked that out of the park last weekend with his performance at Dayton. And then Alex Kostelnik from Morgan Township, just outside of Valparaiso. So those guys are close. And then we've got a couple other guys that will be running. We've got Abel Mogos, he's actually from Plainfield, but he's running well. Sammy Tabeje from Pike will be running in that race as well, and Carson Tays from Columbus North. So that pretty much rounds out the field for Saturday. It's really meant to be like a fun weekend. I know that Notre Dame will be there. Purdue, I think, won it last year. And of course, Valparaiso will be in meet. But we just want it to be fun. We're going to take the guys up there and race as hard as we can and see what happens. And then, of course, the next morning, which I'm sure this would be your next question, the next morning we're going to IPFW for their race up there. And that's pretty much going to be on the boys' side, just us and IPFW. And actually, we're just going to take the rest of our team that's not running on Friday, and that's going to be some of our real horses. And part of the reason for that is we have our conference meet on IPFW's course, so we want to give those guys a chance to compete on that course. And we're going to take the whole team, by the way. Even the guys that run on Friday night will go with us. So some of those guys may very likely run in the conference meet as well later on in the season, and they'll get a chance to also see that course and run on that course. But competitively on Saturday, we've got, like I say, most of our top guys. Joey Zielinski, who was our top guy last week at Dayton, will be running in there. Sam Rauterbush will be in there. We've also got Miguel Lozano will be leading the way, and then Spencer Bergen. So there's kind of the top 4 that'll be in that meet for us Saturday. And then we've got a lot of other guys kind of vying for a varsity spot. Too many names to mention, I would say, but we've probably got at least another 6 or 8 guys that could make varsity for us that hopefully will fill that number 5, 6, 7 position up at Fort Wayne.
Now, as a runner, what can you learn about the course when you have the opportunity to run it earlier in the season, heading into the postseason?
Well, one thing for sure, I know they've got some wooded trails up there, which are kind of nice. However, in the past, they've had like these large rocks that kind of are on the trail. I mean, they just kind of make the whole trail, the rocks themselves, but they're kind of big, like you find on along railroad tracks and stuff. Kind of hard to run on that stuff. I have asked the people up there if they could possibly put in some smaller gravel or something with it to kind of fill in, because it's rough. So if you run on that course, you're going to know the next time what kind of shoes to wear, how to prepare for that, how long a section it is. It's a pretty lengthy section, and it's really hard on you if you don't wear the right shoes. Like, for example, you might not want to wear spikes. You might wear, say, racing flats instead, or even your training flats. And that's probably what we'll do this weekend, is wear training flats just to make sure, because it is pretty rough. But just kind of knowing, like, I think the course has changed somewhat from when we were there last time. I think it's a 3-loop course. So just getting to know the loops and kind of knowing where you're at in a race, that always helps in your strategy and when you want to start maybe picking it up for the finish and that kind of stuff. So I think it's a big advantage, I think, to see the course on the course prior to like our conference meet, where most of the other teams won't get to see it until, probably the night before the meet and that type of thing. So it's an advantage, and we're going to take advantage of that.
All right, thanks, Coach. Best of luck this weekend.
All right, thank you.